Hey everyone, Mr. Voikin here. We're moving on to Unit 6, Lesson 4, and this one will be a short one finally. So we're still factoring trinomials in the form x squared plus bx plus c, except in this case, it looks like we're going to be dealing with the negative product right here. So how do we set it up when the last term in that trinomial is negative? Okay, so let's start. So first of all, we've got x squared, minus x minus 12. Example A, we know we're going to be forming two binomials. We know it's going to be x and x. And what does this sign tell me right here? It tells me that the two signs are different, so plus and minus. Now I've got the number 12, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4 can be multiplied together to achieve a product of 12. And in this case, what this means is they're going to be subtracted to give us a value of -1. So you can see that this one right here, 4 minus 3 is going to give me a 1. Now what you want to do is recognize that in front of the second term it's a negative sign, so that means the larger number is going to go with the negative. So in that case the 4 would go here and the 3 would go right here. Okay, so it's 4 and 3. Now again, we didn't do this or at least I didn't example this in the last unit, but I've done it before. We know that we're factoring it out, which means that this one right here has to be the same as this one right here. So basically, if I expand this, I should end up with that. And I'm just going to use FOIL to do that. So you see we have x times x, which is x squared. I got x times -4, which is -4x. I've got 3 times x, which is plus 3x. And I got positive 3 times a -4, which is -12. And if I gather the like terms, I'm left with x squared minus x minus 12. And we know that we are correct. So let's just quickly take a look at example B. Just move this off to the side here. Give us some space. So example B states that we have x squared plus 3x minus 18. So same thing, two binomials with x and x. The signs are different. The larger number after they're subtracted is going to be positive. So I'll go plus minus, and what do we have? 18. What makes 18? 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6, and that is it. So what two numbers will subtract to give us this value of 3 right here? These two, 3 and 6, and it states that the larger value should be positive. So I'm going to take the 6 and put it with the positive and put the 3 with the negative. And again, if we expand that out, we should return back to our original trinomial. Okay, there we go. B can go over here. Should put a little B there. So cute. Okay, so letter C, example C. A squared minus 7a minus 8. Two binomials. This time instead of x's, we got a and a. The signs are going to be different. And we've got to find two numbers that will have a product of 8. So what do we got? 1 and 8, 2 and 4. That's it. And they're going to subtract to give us 7. And the larger of the two should be negative. So I'll take that would be the 1 and the 8. And I'll take the 8, put it with the negative, and the 1 goes with the positive. Okay, so that's those three in example 1. Let's move down here to example 2. looks pretty much the same. Just recognize that here in front of the t, remember we're trying to get ax squared plus bx plus c, and we want this value of a right there to be 1, but in this case it is a 2. So we're going to have to factor that 2 out, and recognize here I've got a 4, so I'd have to factor that 4 out, and I've got an x raised to the power of 4, which I want to be x to the power of 2, so I'm going to have to factor out an x squared as well now. So let's look at the first example. I've got a squared plus 6a minus 27. So it's already in the correct form. So I should be able to get a and a. The signs are different. The larger one is going to be with the positive. So it's going to be positive, negative. And I've got the number 27, which is going to have 1 and 27, 3 and 9, and that should be it. So the two numbers are going to subtract to equal 7, and you can see right here that 9 minus, sorry, not 7, that would be a 6. 9 minus 3 gives us 6, and the larger number goes with the positive, so 9 goes with the positive, 3 goes with the negative. That was example A. And we're going to shrinkify that. Reasons. Okay, let's take a look at example B. And in this case, yes, I've got 2t squared minus 14t plus 20. So the first thing I want to do is see, can I divide everything here by 2? And the answer is yes. So I can factor out a 2, leaving me with t squared minus 7t plus 10. And now I've still got that 2 there, and I should end up with two binomials if it's possible to factor. Hate when that happens. T. The signs are the same. They're both negative. Make sure I copied that down right. Yes. Okay, so both signs are negative, and let's take a look at 10. What can I do? 1 and 10, 2 and 5, and 2 plus 5 is 7. So the 2 and 5 go right there. Awesome. Okay, so let's take that one, move it over to the side, and then we will look at example C. Okay, so example C states that we have x squared minus 3x minus 6. So nothing to factor out. We're in the correct form, so we should be going to two binomials, x and x. The signs are different. So let's just lay down a plus minus, and our product is 6. So what makes 6? 1 and 6, 2 and 3. And they need to subtract to equal 3. So this one right here, 3 minus 2 is 1, so we can't use that. And 6 minus 1 is 5, and we're trying to get a 3, so I can't use that. So in this case, not possible. All right. Oh, I think I'm going to grab that. Dang. Okay, let's try that one more time. Okay, so there we go. We're going to shrink this down. And move on to D. Okay, and this one looks very similar to B, except that the X is also has the wrong degree. It's a degree of 4, and we need a degree of 2. So what am I checking? I'm checking to see if I can divide everything in here, all three terms of this trinomial, by 4x squared. So, can I do it? Well, if I pull out a 4x squared, what am I left with? Well, I'm left with x squared minus 4x and minus 5. So that worked out good. Now I just need to keep that and break the trinomial into two binomials. X signs are different. 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 minus 1 is 4, and the larger number goes with the negative, so it's going to be negative 5 and positive 1. And there we go. Again, if you were to expand this one right here out, then it should equal our original one right there. And the last example, there's only 3 examples in this one. I told you it was a little bit shorter than the other ones. This is great news for you and for me. Okay, so in this case, what do we got? Well, it looks like they're adding this little y squared, b squared, and in the middle here I've got this, instead of it just being an x, there's an xy, and an ab. Not a big deal. As long as it's squared on the end there, because that's a product of y and y, and y and y, and y and y, it should be okay. So let's just do this. Example A, I've got x squared plus 13xy plus 30y squared. So again, we're going to be breaking this down into 2 binomials with x and x, which will factor or multiply together to give me my x squared. Again, same thing, signs are the same, they're both positive, so I'm going to go plus and plus, and I need to find numbers that will form a product of 30, which is 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. And they're going to add together to give me 13, which looks like these two. So I'm going to have a 3 and a 10. Now the only difference here is that I've got that y there. So really all I need to do is just add a y to that second term of each binomial. Now let's just test things out to make sure that when I expand this, I get back to my original. So x times x is going to give me x squared. I have x times 10y, which is going to give me a plus 10xy. And the inside is 3y times x, which is going to give me a plus 3xy. And the last is going to be 3y times 10y, which is 30y squared. These two can be combined together, so our final answer is going to be x squared plus 13xy's plus 30y squareds, and everything looky goody. Excellent. Now the other two are pretty much the same as that, except if you sort of inspect example C right there, you can see that it's not in that form. Ax squared plus b, or x plus c. No, it's got that 3 in front. So let's work our way there. Example B. Example B. We've got x squared plus 71xy minus 72y squared. Break that down into 2 binomials with x. X, the signs are different, and the larger number is going to go with the positive. 72 times 1 is 72. 72 minus 1 is 71. So it looks like we're going to have a 72 and a 1. And don't forget that y is there and y is right there. Now because I've got the y here, I don't really need to put this 1 in front of the y. It's not wrong, it's just not following proper conventions. So x squared, or sorry, x plus 72y times x minus y. And let's take a look at example C. We got 3a squared minus 15ab minus 252b squared. So in this case, I need to get rid of the 3. So this, and this should be divisible by 3. So 252 divided by 3 is going to give us 84. 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. Looks perfect. So we pulled out a 3, and we're left with a squared minus 5ab minus 84 b squared. Okay, and now what do I need to do? Well, I need to keep that 3 there, form two binomials with a and a. The signs are different, so plus, minus. We need to look at what just happened there, 84. So what do I got? 1 and 84, 2 and 42. 3 will go into 84 28 times, and 4 will go in there 21 times. 5, no, 6. Let's try 6. So 84 divided by 6 is going to give us, hold on a sec, 84 divided by 6. Try this one more time. 84 divided by 6 gives us 14. Good. So we got 6 and 14. 7 is 7 going to go in there? I believe it probably will as well. So let's see, 84 divided by 7 equals 12. So I got 7 and 12. What about 8? Will 8 go in there? This is insane. 84 divided by 8 equals, no, does not. 9, no. 10, no. So I think we're done at that point. What are we looking for, though? We're looking for two numbers that are going to subtract and give us 5. And here we got them right at the very end, 7 and 12. And note that the larger of those two will go with the negative sign. So essentially the 12 goes with the negative, and the 7 goes with the positive. And don't forget we have that B and B at the end of them. All right, everyone, so this is the at-home assignment. We're going to factor each one of these trinomials. A is a squared minus 17a plus 42. B is 4x squared minus 28x minus 32. And C is 3b squared minus 15bv minus 72v squared. And please complete that and bring it to class on the assigned date. In class that day, we will be working on questions 1 through 11, pages 344 to 346.